Hello everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Learning Information Literacy. And in this episode, we'll be taking you guys through the sources of information. Everything you need to know about the sources of information. In this digital world where knowing how to find, evaluate, and use reliable resources is very important, we need to know how to choose which source, how to know which source has the correct information and what types are those sources also. Let's talk about the different types of sources you can use. We have the primary source, the secondary source, and the tertiary sources, each of which is divided according to the type of information they handle. Of course, for the primary source, these are first-hand information. Take it like that. The secondary source are second-hand information being narrated by the primary source or got from the primary source. Then the tertiary are information got from the secondary source. We will go right into it. We will begin with primary source. Primary source are the original information or first-hand accounts created at the time of an event or phenomenon being studied. Information created at the very time the information being studied or by an eyewitness account. Say in court, what happened exactly at the night that's being discussed is being talked about. The witness would say their accounts according to what they saw that night. The person and they will be taken as an eyewitness account. Primary sources are the original material, which are very important if you need direct evidence or unfiltered views of an event. They are usually the original, the solid copy. We have a few examples of primary sources that we have listed here. We have the diaries, the personal account of the day-to-day life of someone, written according to the events that has happened to his life in a particular day. If you need that, you need to get it from a diary. We have letters, exchange of communication between two people using paper or any form of media. This was usually is one of the communication that is now used only in formal communication. We have speeches where recording of speeches of someone that has participated in an event. Then you have the original records, original research studies. This is the report. We got it from the report that is written on the process of what happened during the research. Artifacts, photographs taken at the moment when an event is happening. It gives details on what was happening. Then we have government documents, an eyewitness account. We have talked about it. I've given like example of maybe an eyewitness during a criminal case or in the court. Then we have the historical records. This is what we have on primary. We'll go to secondary. Secondary, as we say, is information we got from analyzing primary sources of information, analyzing it, interpreting, or commenting. These sources analyzes, interprets, or comments on the primary source of information. So after primary information has happened and the eyewitness has stated what exactly happened, in secondary source, the information is refined. We now process it and analyze it and pack it, narrate it in a way that everyone can understand easily. We have the example. For example, here is mixed up, but for primary we have the scholarly articles, the review articles. Then we have the literary reviews and even documentaries. These are primary. Primary sources. Then we have the tertiary sources. Tertiary sources are got from analyzing the secondary sources, interpreting them. Then we craft the tertiary source, where we have the textbooks, the books, the encyclopedia. These are tertiary sources generated out of secondary source of information. We will go about a few steps on how. Now you have known the sources. Now we'll go with a few steps on how you can evaluate the sources. I've just made a brief view on this. We say you need to check on the authority of the source. Who is the author? You need to ask yourself these questions. Who is the author? Are they an expert in this field? This will give you a guideline, a clear view on whether this author has experience in doing this. So you are now checking on the credibility of the source. You need to also check on the accuracy, during which you ask yourself these questions. Is this information supported by evidence? After you cross-check with other sources to check if this information is supported. And repetition is key, which indicates accuracy. Then you need to check on the timeline. When was this information published? Especially in the certain, if you're carrying out research in certain fields where it's very important to have information. That is very important to have information that is up to date. Then you need to also check on the purpose. What is the purpose of writing the information? And check on what format is the information written aiming at. Is it aiming to persuade? Is it aiming to sell something, or is it aiming to inform? These are the brief things that you can do. I will do a clear video on this to show you how you can evaluate your information sources in my next video. And please stay tuned and subscribe and like. If you like this content, please subscribe to stay tuned and press your notification button, because I will be dropping my next video soon. Before I go, we will discuss on the last one. That is, we will do a brief comparison between the primary sources and the secondary sources. So, the primary sources basically offers direct evidence, offers an account of an event, while in secondary sources provides analysis, interpretation, and commentary on primary materials. Basically interprets the primary material. Then we have another difference is that primary source is particularly vital in constructive narratives and theories, while secondary source contribute to understanding, analyzing, and synthesizing existing knowledge within a discipline. With this, I would like to end here in this episode here. That's the brief thing I've prepared for this episode. Please follow you, please subscribe to get update on my next content. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. As I've told you before, I'll be dropping it soon.